Hey there, guys, and welcome back to the Two Players Podcast, episode 73. We're going to get into the news, games we've been playing recently, and then the Game Awards. We're going to do a kind of recap, but also give our thoughts and sort of discuss it a little. So, yeah, first thing in the news is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was already a sequel, along with a spin-off featuring all-female characters in the works at the moment. So, supposedly, this movie's, really good.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, I keep hearing about that as well.
yeah, I'm not surprised that they're already looking forward ahead already.
Again, I need to see the movie for myself. I mean, I already know it's gonna be really good. Everyone keeps saying that it is when for the people that have seen the early screenings.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy that they want to keep doing sequels to this because I think there's a lot you could do with the different Spider people. Well, Spider Woman in this case because it's gonna be a all female spinoff. I think that could be interesting because there's not a lot of besides Spider Gwen. I wasn't too sure about any other Spider Woman. I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that'd be a pretty cool idea for a movie. Again, I can't really say too much because I didn't see the actual movie yet, and I'm not too sure yet. But I do hope it keeps the art style, which I think it will.
Yes.
Because I think it looks gorgeous. So I really hope it keeps that same art style because it's really unique and I love it a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely a unique aspect of this, sort of movie sort of Spider-Man thing they're trying to do with Sony, which is very neat and very cool.
Yes. So yeah, I hope to keep doing it, making more of them because I like them. I really love the art style. So yeah.
As long as they keep it to the same quality.
Yeah, of course. Don't just crap out sequels because that'd be bad.
Of course.
All right, so Nintendo's got new guidelines for the online video image sharing. So I believe the Nintendo Creators Program is dead now, right?
Yep, it is donezo.
So yeah, that means you can make full profit out of Nintendo stuff now, and you won't get copyright strike ever. I don't think anymore.
As long as you don't. Great. Yeah, it's definitely very good, but obviously there's obvious things you shouldn't do, like just re-upload footage.
Yeah.
And not warp it into your own way, make it creative. Just uploading cutscenes or whatever is obviously not permitted, along with some other things, and not implying that you are affiliated or sponsored by Nintendo. So just obvious things you shouldn't do, just don't do it.
Yeah. And I believe the reason for this is probably because they're not in such a tight spot anymore because of the Switch. I feel like Nintendo's doing pretty well for themselves right now. So I feel like they could be less strict on a lot of things. So this is we could see the profits of the Switch really coming through with this because all right, we don't really need a copyright strike and get extra money from creators anymore. We could kind of just let them go and do whatever now, which is how it should have been anyway. I always thought their copyright strikes was always dumb. So I'm really glad that they're finally loosening their grip on Twitch and YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, because they definitely were in a tight spot with the beginning of the 3DS and definitely with the whole Wii U.
Yeah.
I would say so. But yeah, Nintendo is in a much better spot now thanks to the Switch, and their rules on online video sharing are freeing up. As for me, when it comes to the videos that they've already claimed, I really don't care, to be honest. So I'm just going to leave them as they are because I don't want to do anything damaging to my channel. But anyways, if you want to go and make Nintendo content, you now can. But I know for some reason some people are still getting flagged, but I'm pretty sure those are getting lifted very easily and very quickly, I believe. So
yes.
Okay, so more Netflix Marvel news. They have canceled Daredevil after the 3rd season. I don't think that this was in any way Netflix's fault. I think for the most part this was Marvel doing that because they're we want to get our stuff back for their streaming platform, Disney. So it definitely makes sense. But yeah, there's that.
A lot of people knew it was probably gonna happen because it seems like Disney's just nuking all the Netflix shows because they don't want that. But it's still really sad because I heard Daredevil season 3 was pretty good, but I also heard it ended pretty good. There was room for more, but apparently they ended the whole storyline pretty well. I mean, that's what my brother told me. I'm not too sure, but
yeah, I'm not too sure either because I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, but it's still unfortunate because I know Daredevil was a lot of people's favorite show or Netflix show. So
supposedly, according to some random statistics, it's top 5 most watched show on Netflix or something like that.
Yeah, and that's impressive because there's a lot of stuff on Netflix, so that's very impressive that they're able to keep that statistic.
Hmm.
And it really just showed that it was probably like a Disney move, like, hey, we don't want this anymore, because they wouldn't just like cancel a show if it was doing well. It had to be um, like all this corporate stuff. So that's
Yeah.
very unfortunate that that happened to it. Same thing with like Spectacular Spider-Man, like it's caught up in the
Hmm.
whole Sony Disney thing. So
Yeah. But the only one remaining is Jessica Jones, and that one will probably get canceled
it's
any day
probably
now.
they're all getting snapped and they're all gone.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. And more Marvel news, a lot of Marvel news, by the way. Captain
Yep.
Marvel trailer 2 came out, giving us a lot more context on what's happening.
Yep.
And basically, I mean, she's like kind of like Superman, except like Marvel.
Yeah.
I get, I do like that they're giving her, a lot of story and background. And just by watching it, like you see like Nick Fury like in a younger state and stuff like that. So I think they could do interesting stuff with that. Since it seems that she could live for a really long time,
Hmm.
sort of like what you call it, Captain America. Like even though he can't, he's just a dude. When it went back into like World War II, it was cool to see like all that old stuff and stuff like that. So it's cool that they're
Yeah.
going back to something like that with this movie. But besides that, I can't really say much. Besides, she flies around and shoots lasers out of her hands, and that's cool.
Yeah. She had a past life as like a Air Force pilot or something like
Yeah,
that. So I definitely like this trailer a lot more than the first one because it just gives us more story details and bits, so people could be a little bit more interested as to what's going on instead of just like, hey, it's another Marvel movie with a female hero. But now we get to know exactly, she has some character here. So there's a story to tell in a way.
yeah. I mean, again, I hope it's good. First origin movies always kind of like slogs, so hopefully this is pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, so some very interesting news. Epic Games announced a store, so like their own sort of like Steam competitor, and they have a list of games here, some old, some new. But yeah, like this entire like news in it of itself, I think is very interesting because Epic Games is like, all right, we have a grip on Fortnite. Like they have probably the most popular game on PC right now. Why don't we launch a store, a online, store to compete with Steam? And many online stores have tried to compete with Steam. None of them have succeeded yet, but I think a lot of game developers are in on this just because of how friendly they are to the developers. I think that the developers get like a 85% cut or something like that, like
Yeah.
a very huge cut. So that is very good. And on top of that, competition is always good, and it just moves a industry forward. So
Yeah, I agree with that. I also agree that Epic is very smart and not like putting all their chips into like Fortnite because it is probably going to go down in popularity one day. So it's very smart they're having like a long term thing with the Epic Store, and it's cool that they're giving developers like just so much like of the cut, because Steam takes away a lot. Like I can't remember the
yeah.
exact number, but it's more than like half or something, or like probably like a little less than half. But it's still a lot more than like 80 whatever they're making from Epic. So yeah, it's very cool that they're more developer friendly, and yeah, even though when this news came out last week, still wasn't too convinced because I'm like, there's no reason for me to really use it yet, since I have all my games on Steam and they're not really convincing me as the consumer to use it. But now during the Game Awards, they're saying, hey, we got exclusive indie games and we're gonna give you like a free game. Like I don't know if it's gonna be every week, but probably every month. Like I think next week they're giving out Subnautica for free. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll use it now. So yeah, they're doing it's good. They're
Definitely a smart business move by them. Hey, free
exactly.
games, come over.
Yeah, and I think a lot more indie developers would go towards the Epic Game Store just because it can make much more money.
Yeah.
Which is also just very helpful.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think it's good competition for Steam because I think while Steam is good, it could be a lot better. So I'm happy
Yeah.
that the Epic Game Store is really going to push Valve to actually like do some big improvements and not take forever to do things. So
Yeah,
yeah,
instead of just like sitting on their butts,
exactly.
just like, we're good. What is Uplay gonna do? Or
Yeah, like
this and that.
they kind of just like the Valve has been in that high spot for so long because Origin, Battle.net, and like Uplay, like they didn't stand a chance against like Valve. So hopefully this store can actually prove some actual competition. So yeah, I'm pretty for it.
Also, really, it doesn't matter where your game is as long as word of mouth gets out and your game's like really good. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of these indie game developers are like, yeah, our game's pretty good. It's just that we want money and
Exactly.
we want to make more games. So the fact that Epic Games is giving them a huge cut, that'll, word of mouth will get out, the game will do well, or, even better for the developers. So very, very interesting.
Exactly. So this one really came out of nowhere and also got me pretty, excited. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. They're making a third one because and it's only for the Switch. Like, it's exclusive on the Switch.
That was an extremely surprising detail.
So, all right, first I'm gonna get the negatives out of the way. It kind of looks bad. Like, all right, like graphically is obviously not gonna be as good as oh, that's the phone. I can't really do it. All right, but graphically it does not look great because it's on the Switch. But it's just a weird decision to put on the Switch, Like, I don't really get the reasoning. It's cool that the Switch is gonna have an exclusive, but it's also just like, it seems with those type of like beat 'em ups, you want like a good frame rate and like make the game look good. But I don't know. It's just a weird decision to just have it exclusively on the Switch,
Yeah. Maybe it's a deal with Marvel and Nintendo.
Yeah, probably because probably
idea.
a lot of kids want to like, hey, I want to play Marvel, I want to play Spider-Man, so that's probably why they maybe had that deal with Nintendo there. But besides that, no, it looks like Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I don't know if you ever played an Ultimate Alliance game.
I've seen them, never played them.
Oh, you never played them? Okay, well, it basically looks like that. It's like a 4-player beat 'em up type thing with some puzzles and stuff. It's really fun. I played the first and second one on like the PS2. And yeah, they were really fun. So it's really cool for them to make a third one. This still isn't the Square Enix one, by the way. Like, the Square is still making one. This is not that. So
people are still waiting.
yeah, that's never gonna come out at this point. But I'm pretty hyped for it. I hope it's good, and I hope that they could really smooth out that the frame rate mostly to like be like at least a constant, like probably not 60, but like 30 at least.
Yeah, at least 30. I know that what's it called? They're using like a lot of the characters that have appeared in the MCU. Also, iconic ones like Wolverine and stuff like that. And like a lot of the designs in this game look very similar to the MCU counterparts. So that definitely plays into the fact that, people are like, hey, I like the Marvel movies. And these look like, those characters. Why not?
they're taking it straight from like the MCU. So yeah, it's probably gonna, and they're probably gonna release it is next year when the new Avengers is coming out. So hey, look at that. So they probably make a bunch of money off that.
Yep. Next bit of news. I was actually very surprised that this was announced, but very excited. Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, pretty much Crash Team Racing, but remastered. Very, very cool. For once now, I believe that this is coming out on all platforms, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch at the same time. So that's going to be very cool that each console now has like their own like kart racer sort of thing. So PlayStation now has one. I know Switch already had one with Mario Kart, but Xbox has one. So definitely next year is going to be the year of kart racers because I believe Sonic Team Racing is coming out next year as well. So very, very cool.
Yeah, I thought this was really cool, and it made sense. They had the engine, just make Crash on the go-kart, and there you go, you got it again. So it looks really fun. I know people really liked the original one on PlayStation, so I'm glad it's coming out. If anything, I'll probably just buy it on Switch because I have online for that, so I don't feel like playing PS Plus, but
makes sense.
Yeah, because I'm never gonna have online for the Switch, but it looks fun because Crash Team Racing, there's not more to say besides it looks beautiful still, using that same engine again, and yeah, I kind of expected this. I know you said you were surprised, but I kind of expected them to do this at some point. It just seemed like easy money, Like,
it looks like the developers for this game are Beenox. So the people that did Spider-Man Shattered Dimension and all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, very, very interesting.
That is very interesting. That's a weird combo.
So
okay.
What is the Insane Trilogy people doing? Who knows?
Could be doing a new one. We don't know. I hope they are.
Yep.
All right. So another weird game announcement was Stranger Things 3. Basically, it looks like a Super NES, like Zombie Ate My Neighbor beat 'em up type thing. And it looks pretty cool. I don't know what platforms they say it was on. I wasn't really paying attention to that.
I would imagine multiplat, like on the consoles, not mobile, hopefully.
I think it might be on mobile. Like, I think it might be on all the consoles and mobile. That's what I'm guessing. But yeah, it looks amusing. You know, it looks like a fun little game to hold you over until like Stranger Things season 3. Yeah, but yeah, it wasn't too much. It didn't really explain too much of it. It just showed, you know, the main cop dude, I forgot his name, just beating things up.
Yeah.
And there you go. But yeah, it looks cute. You know, nice Super Nintendo throwback because, you know, Stranger Things 80s or whatever. I guess NES at that point, but whatever. It looks more like Super NES game.
Looks good. Very interesting. So
Yes.
I'm sure you're excited.
Yeah, I guess I'll talk about it. Yeah, Psychonauts 2. It's coming out next year, which is, I'm just so happy that Double Fine is really getting it together because they've been notorious for delaying when they finally come out is like bad. So I'm really happy for Psychonauts 2 that they're really treating this with like a lot of care because I know this is like the last strike for a lot of people. It's like, all right, if you mess this up, Double Fine, it's over. And I'm the same way. I'm like, if you mess up Psychonauts, I'm gonna be so angry. And it looks like they're not. You know, it's really keeping true to the art style. It looks exactly the same, just prettier. You know, and by pretty I mean it looks ugly, but that's like the whole point because all the characters look like horrifying. But yeah, I'm just super excited for this game, and it's just coming out next year is just great. Like, I'm just happy it has a definitive release date. Well, not definitive, but it is coming out 2019. They said that multiple times already. So yeah, I'm just very excited. The worlds they showed for a brief second there looked really cool. They keep a lot of the same psychic powers plus new ones. I am just very excited for it.
Yeah, it looks good. Like graphically, it looks pretty
yeah, I mean, it's always good to have a new 3D platformer too, you know.
Yeah. I'll let you handle
yeah, I guess I'll talk about the next one too. Joker from Persona is going to be Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. This came out of nowhere. This is at the very end of the Game Awards, you know, right before they were going to show the Game of the Year winner. Just the show starts showing some Persona 5 stuff, and I didn't even notice the E10 rating because, you know, Persona is a very M-rated series, but I thought it was going to be a spin-off or something at first. I'm like, oh, is this like Persona Q2 or some other spin-off? Like, Smash was the last thing on my mind. But as soon as you spin that envelope and it showed the Smash logo, I lost it, man. I am so excited. This is going to be the first character. You know, Piranha Plant, again, is a bonus character. So he doesn't count as the 5 characters in the Fighter Pass. So this is the first official fighter in the character or in the Fighter Pass. And I am just so excited. There's so many cool things they could do with his moveset. You know, he's close range, he's long range, and he has his persona. Like, it's just, you could do so much with him. And I just never thought he would make it in the game. And it also takes off, like, a lot of my worry about Nintendo picking the characters. Because Sakurai said that he wasn't really picking the characters this time. It was Nintendo themselves. And if this was the first character they're showing, like, this character I never would have
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible. Like, I think Banjo really has a chance. Like, I know people saying he's not confirmed anymore because the Grinch leak wasn't real, but I think Banjo has a chance now. And I know Square wants another rep in there, so maybe Sora. I don't know.
If we would just do quick predictions, I would do like Sora, Crash, Spyro, someone else.
Because this throws out the window. Like Persona was never on a, well, I mean Q was, but like never a mainline Persona game is on a Nintendo console. So it's like this is just like, oh hey, he's in here. I'm like, what? Okay. It's great. I love it. I know a lot of people are also very excited for it. So yeah,
maybe they're working on Persona 5 for the Switch.
A lot of people are saying Persona 5 on the Switch might happen now, which would be great. I think that game would really benefit from being on a portable system just because of how long it is, and a lot of the times you're not really in a dungeon, you're mostly doing like talking, so I think that would be perfect for just laying down and like playing it. So yeah, I'm very excited. If there is Persona 5 on Switch, I will buy it again because that game is great. So yeah, I am very excited for that.
Definitely a interesting announcement to say the least.
Did not expect that.
No one expected that, really. Like, to be honest, if you, like, tweeted out, like, a week before and said, like, Joker from Persona is going to be in Smash, people would probably just, people would just call you nuts, but who's laughing now? But there's that. So and then a unexpected trailer dropped today. I think a lot of people were just like, yo, guys, new Avengers trailer tomorrow. Tomorrow came, it didn't happen, but now we actually got it. So it is officially titled Avengers Endgame. And before I really wasn't excited for this movie, but now the trailer dropped, I am.
Oh, really? You were?
Yeah, like I mean, Infinity War, I was like, yeah, that was like a good movie, but it's been so long since it came out. I've just watched a bunch of other movies and stuff like that, but I mean, now I'm pretty hyped because like the one line Captain America said when he was like, "If this plan doesn't work, I don't know what else I'm gonna do." I'm like, "Yo, bro, I felt that."
Yeah. Also, just seeing Tony Stark drift in space alone was also pretty depressing. I'm just like,
Yes.
oh. So yeah, I think it's gonna be really good. You know, Ant-Man's there and Hawkeye.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh my God,
yeah.
Hawkeye's reveal was like the best part. To be
Yes,
honest.
it was pretty good. Oh, it's Hawkeye. They got all the C tier characters because all the S tier characters died. I just get Hawkeye's cool, but yeah, no, it's good. I think it's gonna be great. And obviously we know they're gonna come back because I think Spider-Man's supposed to get a trailer soon. Apparently,
Yeah, supposedly my brother said tomorrow or something like that, which is nuts.
I heard Sunday, but yeah, it could be tomorrow. I don't know. And how are you gonna do? They should just wait for that trailer, right? Like, it's just gonna
Yeah.
spoil. Like, hey, Spider-Man's alive. It's like, well, I guess he's okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird. But
They're probably gonna like poke around it, you know,
I think so, but it's like I don't know how they would do it. But
because right now, when you think about it, right after they dropped the Spider-Man trailer, there's 3 trailers for 3 Marvel movies coming out. Like
Oh.
that's crazy, right?
yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, you're right.
So, but they're all probably gonna be good in some way, shape, or form.
Mhm.
And if Avengers isn't like, you know, a solid movie, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would be very upset. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna take a lot of love and care into this one. So
Yeah. I'm hyped for it. You know.
Yeah,
I'm hyped to see
now-
like the end.
now I'm very excited. Yeah, the end of some of these characters' journey, especially, you know, Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr.
Yes,
So,
I'm very excited for that.
but I think that's about it. I mean, there was like a bunch of like shitstorm around Fallout 76 or whatever.
There's like a lot of things. Something about the bag that people weren't getting the bag, and then it was like a really cheap bag, and then they started leaking information.
Oh yeah, that was the most recent one that I saw where
Yeah.
they leaked personal information from the customers. Like, Bethesda, what are you doing? Like, first up, the game came out and then it was like a buggy mess, right?
Yeah.
And then all this other stuff around it just.
Hey, I just
More
want to say I was
flames.
right because I said 76 was gonna be trash from the start, and then I didn't believe his lies. I did not believe Todd, and I was right because I could say that. So I was right.
Yeah,
76.
like I mean, I'm not even a big Fallout fan, but like when some of my coworkers were like, "Yo, bro, I'm so excited for Fallout 76. You know, it's online and all this stuff." I'm like, "All right, guys."
Yeah, ain't it, chief? Ain't it? Like it's just.
Yeah.
It's not good. So, there's been so much controversy it's hard to cover it all. Basically, just all you gotta know is don't buy it.
Yeah, just don't.
That's my word of advice right there. All right.
But, let's talk about the games and stuff.
Yeah. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you could go first real quick.
Okay. So yeah, there's mostly a lot of Nintendo stuff here. So Kirby Star Allies, they released the Wave 3 of the DLC thing. Which basically added 3 new characters, like all the newer like villains from the past games. So you got like Magolor, Susie from Robobot, and that one person from Triple Deluxe, that Spider person.
Oh, okay.
And the more interesting thing they added in this update is more like a new endgame type mode. I didn't get to play too much of it because of the other 2 games on this list that I have right here. But it does add like 4 new stages that are pretty challenging. They're basically like they added like a bunch of new puzzles and like sort of like a remixes of the other worlds and stuff like that. And it's fun, you know, because my major complaint about Star Allies was lack of content and probably like it was way too easy. Even compared to other Kirby games, like this game was really easy just due to the ally system. This new mode really takes advantage of all the different abilities and what you could do with it in a puzzle setting, which I think is what Kirby really does best, is like actually puzzles and stuff because of all the different abilities you could have. So basically you go through a room, you do it, then you go through a door that basically forces you to change abilities, and then the whole next room is going to be focused on that one ability or dream friend. And I think it's a very clever way to like do different puzzles and stuff like that. So yeah, overall I like it a lot. Only did one stage. There's 4 stages of it, and from the one stage I did, it was pretty long. It was like 30 minutes, so it's pretty beefy. I don't know how much replayability it has. Like I think it's more of a one and done thing. But it's fun. And it's really cool that they actually updated this game for basically like half a year. So that was something I did not expect from like a Kirby game, you know. So overall, I think I still don't think the game is worth $60. I think that's still a little steep, but I would say it's definitely worth, like, if you can find it for $40, I think it's definitely worth it. There's a lot of content in the game now. Besides that, I also play Pokemon Let's Go. I got Let's Go Pikachu, and I was very harsh on this game when it first like was revealed, because I'm like, why are you casualizing Pokemon more than it is Orari? Like, it is a very simple RPG Orari, and then you're gonna make it more simple by removing abilities and hold items for like no reason. You have the Go mechanic. There's no WoW Pokemon, you know. WoW Pokemon battles anyway. You know, I was very down on this game, so I bought it just to like shut myself up. I'm gonna buy it anyway. Might as well just do it now, whatever. So I got it, and it's fun. I actually do like it. I still stand by my decision that I think removing Pokemon abilities and hold items is just weird. Mostly when this game has natures and IVs and EVs, which are way more complex than like abilities and hold items. So it sort of feels like they have half and half, when it's like why? Like, if you're gonna have one part of the Pokemon system, you gotta have the other part too. So yeah, that part still feels weird. But overall, I think the game is fun. You know, I was down on the whole Pokemon Go capturing thing as well, because I thought it looked stupid. But it is fun to like throw your Joy-Con. I don't have the Pokemon Plus thing because that's like $50 and that's stupid. But with the Joy-Con, when you throw it on the TV, it is pretty responsive. I haven't had too much issue with the motion control. I think the control is just fine. I heard some people say the Joy-Con is very finicky with the capturing mechanic, but for me, I have not had trouble with that. Also, another issue I have is the graphics. People are saying it looks beautiful. Not really. Like, it's just an upscale 3DS game. Like, it basically looks like Sun and Moon just on the Switch. And if Gen 8 looks like that, I'm going to be very disappointed. So please don't be like that.
Probably will be.
I know, and that makes me really sad. I really hope it's not, though. Because, I mean, yes, this game is very vibrant and very colorful. And it is, like, I think the environments are pretty. But the Pokemon models and the character models, you know, it is just a 3DS game, but upscaled to, like, in HD and on the TV. And it's fine for what it is, but I think it could look way better. But besides that, yeah, the game is a fun remake of Pokemon Yellow. I'm happy that they did keep battles for the most part intact. Again, abilities, hold items, that still sucks. But, you know, the game is through and through Kanto again. So you're going to have the 150 Pokemon, and you're going to have gym battles and the Elite Four and stuff like that. So yeah, it is still a Pokemon game. I think it is not worth $60 though, since it has less content than any other Pokemon game really. You know, it doesn't really have any post game at all. Once you beat the game, that's it. So I think that's very disappointing. You just go shiny hunting, which I'm sure you're seeing a lot of like shiny hunts now. They made it very easy to get shiny Pokemon in this game. And besides that, you have the Master Trainers, which are just lame as hell. You just like, hey, fight me with like a level 70 Bulbasaur, not Venusaur, but a Bulbasaur, and then you get like a title that doesn't mean anything. So it's just lame. Like, I wish it added more post game content, but for what it is, it's fun. I think it is a good first introduction to like a Pokemon game to anyone really young, but I still want more. Like, it's a fun game, but I hope Gen 8 is, you know, a full on Pokemon experience. But yeah, for what it is, it's a fun remake of Yellow. And last, I only played a bit of Smash this morning, and it's Smash, and it's really good. I was able to play the Inkling. That was the only newcomer I got, and Inkling is super fun. I love Inkling. I agree. It moves really fast. All the specials are really fun. The ink meter is also like a fun mechanic that if you ink someone, you do a lot more damage to them, and then you got refuel your ink by pressing neutral B when you run out of ink. So I think that's a pretty cool mechanic. Overall, I love Inkling. It is a very fun character. Also, Classic Mode. I played one Classic Mode stage as Kirby. And Classic Mode, I think, is really fun this time around. Always ends in an actual boss fight, which is cool. And some characters have a character-specific boss. So I won't really spoil what Kirby's is, but it's really fun. It's really cool. And, you know, they all have a certain theme. So Kirby is like, you start on like kind of like 30%, and then there's a bunch of food everywhere, and you got to eat it, so you revive some health, you know, because Kirby eats things. So yeah, I think that was cool. I think Classic Mode is really fun. I have not touched Water Light yet. I'm probably going to touch that after the podcast. But Yeah, overall, it's great. You know, of course it's gonna be great. Smash Brothers. I mean, what do you expect? But yeah, again, I can't talk too much about it because I only played like one classic mode and just a bit of versus. So yeah, overall, Smash is great. If you don't have it, then what's wrong with you? Just get it. And I think that's about it.
All right, well, I'll pivot off at your Smash Bros discussion. So, I played a little bit more than you did, I think, but you know, it's still Smash Brothers. Unlocking characters is a little funny.
I kind of miss unlocking characters. Like I know some people, I mean, they made it easy to unlock it, right? Like just doing that trick you were doing. But I think it's fun to just unlock all the characters again because Smash 4, you know, lacked a lot of content if you like didn't like WoW online. You know, there wasn't like a lot to do. This one has spirits. You know, you can unlock characters again. I don't know. I think it feels fun to unlock stuff again. You know.
Yeah, I don't mind it. It's just that unlocking them is just funny because people found out this trick. You just do one battle and then you get the character. You reset by changing the language and then you just do it again and again and again till you get all the characters. So also it's random as to which characters you get. So like if you get like ice climbers and then you die like I did, you won't get ice climbers again after that. You get another random character. Yeah. So definitely very, very interesting, but so far so good. Marth in this game, I am bad at Marth like in all games, but I don't know why. He just does a lot of damage for like no reason.
I don't like Marth. Yeah, he's fun.
I was just doing that. Inkling, like you said, that is a really fun character. I played like probably like 3 to 4 matches with that character. Super, super fun. But yeah, I haven't touched any other newcomer. Haven't unlocked them yet. But Smash Ultimate, still Smash Brothers. So, but now it's on the Switch. Other things I've been playing, I played more of Spider-Man PS4. Decided to 100% the second piece of the DLC. Oh my god, the screwball missions, I hope they don't come back, but they probably will in the last DLC.
You did the stealth ones?
Yes, I had to do one more stealth one, and that one was so irritating. It's legit just trial and error over and over again.
It sucks, right?
yeah. One thing I noticed is that like if you wait for like a certain amount of time, like the way the enemies move and like the spotlights all change, so like you have to like, you know, do it at a certain time because it's all in real time or whatever. So but yeah, you know, still a fun game. Really enjoyed the DLC number 2 despite it not being as good as the first. Played more League of Legends. We are currently in the preseason. I know an update just came out like yesterday or the other day or something like that. Haven't played it yet, but so far I have seen the new champion Neeko or something like that.
Neeko.
I believe that's it's like a mid laner. It's pretty much like the new Zoe. Everyone hates her. Yeah.
Rest in peace.
But it's literally because like she does like a lot of damage, and I believe she's currently being flexed in 3 roles, so it's mid, jungle, and support. So wondering how the champion's going to play out in like competitive and stuff like that. So that's gonna be interesting. Red Dead Redemption 2, played a little bit more of that. I finally got past chapter 2. I still think it's an alright game. It's not like, you know, however many awards it was getting, but that might be because I haven't finished it yet. But again, my bias towards Spider-Man shows. And then I played some PS3 games because my PS3 Slim that I bought back in like 2008 finally crapped the bed. The like disc drive. Yeah, so like what would happen?
My fat PS3 from 2006 is still working. I have it right next to me.
Yeah, so what would happen is I would put a disc in and then it would constantly keep spinning.
Right.
And like it just wouldn't read the disc. So I was just like, screw it, I'm gonna just go buy a new PS3 at Play and Trade, which luckily it was a lot cheaper than however much GameStop was charging. GameStop was like $130. I got it there for like $110. So
that's good.
That's pretty good. So I played a lot of Sly Cooper Thieves in Time just to like, you know, try it out, but also I wanted to go and see for myself if the game held up. I will do a video about that next week, but just know that it's not as good as I remember it being, but it's definitely not a bad game by any means anyways. And then I played a little bit of Beyond Two Souls.
Wait, isn't that a David Cage one?
Yes, that is the bad David Cage
Yes, it's real bad.
Kofi said that is David Uncaged in some ways.
It is. It's so bad.
Yeah, so like me and my brother, so there's like a duo mode. So you could play as the girl and then the soul. So when you go into like the soul mode, like Aiden.
Yeah, Aiden.
So Aiden, oh my god, my brother was like, I'm getting a headache just like playing this character because like the screen like does some weird effects with it, and I'm just like, yeah, I could see why. Like he's getting a headache from it. So, but I got up to the part where like the kids just started bullying her randomly, and then I just stopped playing because I was just like, I can't.
It's not good. It's not a good game. It's not worth it. Like it's not even like it's some parts are really funny. They're funny because it's bad. But it's like it's a long game. It's like maybe like 11, 12 hours, and it's just not worth it. Like it's not worth going through that game. Trust me.
But yeah, that is that. Games I've been playing recently. Then I saw Creed 2. That is a really good boxing movie. I really liked it. If you want to see I guess a little bit more of a vocal, pretty much more Rocky, but I also did like a look wide. It's sort of like a micro podcast app. But yeah, I did a little thing on there if you want to check that out. Maybe I'll link it if I remember. And then I watched more of The Office. I am past season 7, and to those that know, after season 7, season 8, there's no more Michael Scott. Steve Carell left the show, and it gets really bad.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, so like some episodes I'm just like laughing like maybe 1/3 of the episode. But recently I got to an episode where I was just laughing like most of the time, so that was good. But yeah, season 8's not that strong at all. But what can you do when Steve Carell leaves? And I'm pretty sure he was like the producer of the show, so that's probably why. Because
they lost a lot there.
Yeah, not just a character, but they also lost a producer. So, but there's that. And then yeah, that's it. That's all I've been doing for the past 2 weeks. Judge me if you want, but let's get into the Game Awards. So I didn't watch it, but you did. So. Yeah. Give your opinions on the show as a whole. I know that some people are saying that it's a lot better than previous years.
I thought it was fine. I felt it was better than last year. I felt like some people said this year was boring. I felt it was a little better. But overall, still the Game Awards. I'm mostly there for the announcements than anything. And some of the announcements were good. Some cool indie stuff. The new thing by Obsidian, which is just better Fallout, which was really cool. So I'm like, oh, that looks hype. But yeah, I think when people watch this now, they're mostly there for the game announcements now. It's basically another press conference at this point. Because the awards themselves are very quick. Like, sometimes they go through big categories. Like, Best RPG, they just did it on the side. Like, hey, Monster Hunter World won Best RPG, and then that's it. I'm like, okay, you felt like that's a big category to just brush aside. Same thing with Best Action Adventure Game. They just like, oh, by the way, God of War won that. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like the awards are second in compared to the ads and the new game reveals at this point. And I don't know how to feel about that. Like, I feel it kind of devalues the rewards themselves. Because I didn't really feel too much when God of War, well, I swear, God of War won Game of the Year. And yep. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Because I really like God of War. And I'm happy it won Game of the Year. But I still didn't really feel too much. Like, it didn't feel like a whole, it's not like the Grammys or like the Oscars, It's just like, all right, here's the Game Award, but here's a new trailer for something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just, yeah. I feel like the trailers and the ads just really devalued the whole event in general. That's really hard to like take it seriously.
Yeah, I get that. I think I watched whichever one of the movie things. Is that the freaking
Oscars?
Oscars, yeah. I watched that last year, and it was just all awards. But then again, you get into it, so. But yeah, I think the Game Awards is just still trying to find its place because games are such a different medium, I feel. Yes. Compared to like everything else, like everyone experiences every single game differently. When you watch a movie, obviously it's the same thing, but it's legit just a linear path. But when it comes to games, you could do many different things with it. So yeah, I could definitely see why like it feels a little weird that it's called the Game Awards, but the awards are kind of second to like the ads to pay for the show, the trailers and the orchestra and all this other stuff that goes into it. So yeah, it's definitely very interesting. I would say that.
Yeah, again, like I mostly watch this for the game announcements at this point. But again, it's nice to see games get recognition. Like I think Celeste won like best indie game, which is very cool. I thought Celeste was a great game. Oh, it also won Game for Impact. So yeah, that was really nice to see. But again, most of the things that won were, Red Dead 2. Won like best. Hold on, I'm trying to find
best narrative.
Yeah, best narrative. I think
best score.
Yeah, that one kind of made me mad because I'm sure. Look, I'm sure it has good music, but really, it beat Celeste and Octopath. Come on, dude, those soundtracks are so good. That made me a little mad. It won best audio design. It won best performance. It won, like you said, best narrative. So yeah, it won a lot.
Yeah.
I was happy that Dead Cells won best action game. Dead Cells is a very good game that I think I talked about before. Roguelite action. I'm sorry, roguelite Metroidvania. It's really good. Best fighting game.
I mean,
yeah.
Just looking at its competition, you got Destiny 2.
That's true. I mean, Mega Man 11 was also pretty good. I like Mega Man 11 a lot. But yeah, so compared to everything else, is just I mean, Call of Duty never wins like awards in this, so.
Yeah. Not of late, anyways.
No. Some other cool ones was best family game. Overcooked 2 won. I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, all the Nintendo stuff.
Legit, it's all Nintendo and then Starlink and then Overcooked.
Yeah, so that was cool that they were able to win that. I think that's really cool.
I think literally Nintendo banks on that one award. They're like, all right, we can win this, but it's like, oh no, we didn't.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't have a Zelda game or a Mario game, then they can't be Game of the Year, basically.
Yeah, they did that last year. Whoops.
Yeah, they already won last year. I mean, they have if Metroid comes out next year, maybe that could win something, but I don't know. And best fighting game, Dragon Ball Z won. I was kind of hoping for Soul Calibur 6 because I really enjoyed that game, but Dragon Ball was also really good.
Yeah.
So.
I think Dragon Ball just had a much bigger impact on like the fighting game community.
Oh yeah, because I mean it's Dragon Ball. I mean,
yeah, it's Dragon Ball.
People wanted a good like tag team thingy, because Marvel versus Capcom kind of sucked.
Anime fighters is what they call them, I believe.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I mean, when I was just on Twitter, just like reading what people were posting, it was like, man, Red Dead Redemption 2 would win an award that doesn't even have Red Dead, and I'm like, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, I mean, like again, I don't really have much to say about Red Dead 2 because I didn't play it, but it just seems like the best sound, the best music would make me mad. That's one. Come on, dude.
It's like Red Dead 2 has music. What?
Yeah, I mean, like when I think about AAA games, I don't usually think about the music in those games because it's a little generic. Like mostly indie stuff is the things that have really good music for me at least, or Nintendo games. So I don't know. That one seemed a little weird, but
yeah. Spider-Man got robbed.
Yeah, Spider-Man didn't win anything, which was very upsetting because I wanted to win at least something, but it didn't win anything. I mean, I'm happy God of War won Game of the Year and some other things because I thought that game was really good and surprised me and how good it was. But just, come on, Spider-Man, come on, give my boy something. Nah.
If there was a best licensed game, maybe it would have won that.
Yeah, probably.
Obviously, Fortnite, multiplayer, ongoing game, all that stuff.
I am happy it won best ongoing game because I think Fortnite does do a lot of cool updates that change the game a lot. So I think that's cool that they won that. But besides that, it's not too much.
Then again, looking at its competition, you got Destiny 2.
Yeah, I was going to say, Destiny 2, Overwatch has the same updates all the time. And they're like,
why is No Man's Sky here? What the hell?
Well, No Man's Sky got a big update that tried to make the game not garbage, and it's okay now. It's still not great.
It's too late.
But why Sea of Thieves? Oh, no, wrong one. I thought I was Sea of Thieves for a second. That's best multiplayer game, but that also doesn't deserve to be there, so...
Yeah. Sea of Thieves was literally, you play that for like a good week and then it's like, all right, I'm done.
Exactly. It was like nothing in there.
But yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of other things in here. I know best esports player, Mr. Sonic Fox. He definitely deserves it. He plays multiple fighting games.
And he's good at all of them. So
yeah. So supposedly he's getting into Ultimate. So I'm very interested to see
how
well.
Okay.
Yeah, very interested to see on how well he competes in that. But yeah, I know one of the people in this category, Simple. I believe he's a CSGO player who's a little bitter on Twitter, but we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, start flame war. I mean, C9 won best esports team, so good job, C9.
I mean, C9 did like 20 billion different things. So League of Legends, they made it to semifinals, first time for a NA team.
Oh, that's cool.
They won the Overwatch League, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
And then they also won freaking what's it called, Rocket League. So
Oh damn, C9 going in.
C9, yeah, C9 did a lot of things this year. So, but yeah, I mean, overall, you know, it's an award show. There's gonna be some bias. I think the heavy bias was definitely Red Dead Redemption, but
Yeah.
that's just me. But yeah, there's that. The Game Awards.
Again, not much to say. If you're watching this and mostly expecting like a more, like a serious thing like the Grammys or the Oscars, like you're not gonna get it. Like,
Nah,
it's mostly for the announcements.
it's on Twitch.tv. Come on, it's not
Yeah,
serious at all.
it's for the announcements, and then you're happy when something wins Game of the Year, and then that's about it. So, yeah.
So, is there anything else you would like to add, good sir?
No, I think that's everything.
Okay, so that is it for the Two Players Podcast, episode 73. We'll see you guys 2 weeks from now with the next episode.
See ya.